So I had this friend. Her name is Amanda. When she was 11 years old, she decided to go to the Pride Parade in Oslo, which is a city in Norway, with her aunt. On her way there, she sees a group of protesters. Two men call out to her, asking, "Do you support SID?" As soon as those two men found out that Amanda was a part of the LGBTQ plus community through being a lesbian, they immediately turned to her aunt and started screaming at her, saying that she was such a bad parent for raising Amanda in that way. And then they turned to Amanda, which was obviously a child, and they said that she should switch off the devil's path and that she was infected with the mind controlling virus called LGBTQ, and tempted to use the suicide rates of LGBTQ to prove a point. Amanda didn't know what to do. She was a child. How could she? According, according to the Trevor Project conducted in the US 2020, LGBTQ youths are more than 4 times more likely to attempt suicide compared to their heterosexual or non-LGBTQ peers. With over 1.8 million LGBTQ aged from 13 to 24 attempting and seriously considering suicide yearly, with at least one person attempting suicide every 45 seconds. Don't we see anything wrong with that? A potential child's life is in danger every single minute just because of how we as humans behave against this group of amazing people who decide to be themselves despite the pressure of social norms. Being queer is a part of someone's identity. Just like how most of us are Vietnamese. We didn't choose it, but we will always be us. Just like how all of us didn't choose what soil we were born on or what language our parents taught to us, Amanda couldn't choose who she grew up to love. But they're all bits of our identity. Most queer are proud of who they are, just like how we are proud to be Vietnamese. We find it so acceptable to be proud of our religion, the place we come from. So why do some of us think it's so verboten to be proud of another piece of our identity? Maybe it's because we're ignorant to identities other than our own. Maybe it's because we fear the unknown. Just like how we're so quick to judge when someone has an accent, or we jump to conclusions when someone dresses differently. The main thing we know is that they're different. We don't fully understand them. So we choose to be blinded by the fact that their identity is different than ours. But we're not necessarily evil. Even though this pattern has repeated again and again and again, we are so quick to label and judge. Referencing to Anne Frank's famous quote, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart." We weren't born hateful, but the information and values we gained over time as we grew up shape us. But in this day and age, we don't randomly just sit down to research a new identity. We don't learn about how the variety of human identity can be so large. In this way, I believe that we should make a curriculum that can be used all over the world, similar to the types of religious education we already receive. We could be learning about Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, etc. But we could also be learning about other minorities, new cultures, new viewpoints. So I would really like to pick up where I left off. So I was going to say that I would like to suggest a curriculum where we could learn about all types of identities. I would want to name this curriculum or class identity, taking place every week or so for about 45 minutes. These classes could be started. These classes could start from as young as the first grade. And I suggest we can do it by starting to introduce more inclusive TV series, toys, books. And a good example of this is Pringle and Finn, written by Paul Castle, which is a cute picture book about two gay penguins making cakes together. This book does such great job of normalizing how we see gay people, since they're people too. So from the 5th grade and up, I would really want us to try to lean towards more curiosity-based and project-based learning. One of the activities I would like to suggest is that we could have the students themselves pick out an identity they really want to try to do a practice role, since that is one thing that really helped me understand different religions back when I was learning. When I was learning, I did fasting. I tried reading the Bible to get a deeper understanding of how and why they chose religion. And it did help. As an atheist, I used to think that religions were a boundary, fancy rules. When being able to understand how it brings meaning to other people's lives, I have learned to accept it as something, a part of other people's identity, even though not my own. I want children to be able to walk out I want children to be able to walk out these classrooms confident and to be able to respect and be curious about other cultures, identities. When identity is a part of what we learn, people won't have to fight to be known because it is already a part of what we learn.